Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, seeing as finances is one of the biggest barriers, if not the biggest barrier to this training, I've decided to start a series called Funding. So I'm going to try and make as many videos as I can on funding that is available to help you through your training. This could be loans, this could be finding ways to get the courses for free, this could be scholarships. So today we're going to talk about something that I found 2 years ago called the Black Heart Foundation Scholarship. I know how much lack of finances or struggle with finances has affected me and led me to almost quit a few times on this training. So I definitely want to help you guys not go through the same thing. So at the end of this video will be linked to the playlist where you can find other videos that I've done on funding, which will hopefully help you in your training. So let's get started. So what is the Black Heart Foundation? So I'm going to put what they wrote on their website. But essentially, it's just there to improve educational access, quality and outcome for everybody. There is no criteria for this. The fact that you are in financial need for your education and you have no other support or help means that you are eligible for this scholarship, which is one of the many reasons why I love it, because a lot of scholarships usually have a very strict criteria and this one doesn't. So as long as you're in financial need in your education, then this scholarship is for you. And in general, psychology, social sciences don't usually have funding or scholarships, which is really frustrating. We don't get bursaries or anything. But if you know any bursaries or grants or anything within the psychology or social sciences field or counselling training, please comment them below. But as far as I'm aware, there's absolutely nothing. And when I do come across something, I will be sure to share it on this channel. So if you comment something, I'll try and research it and do a video on it so other people can also know about it. So a bit of backstory. I did apply for the Black Heart Foundation Scholarship about 3 times. And I think they changed the rules because of me, because I kept applying every time they rejected me. So now they've said that you can only apply once a year. Anyways. So I applied before I started and then twice when I had started my course. And yeah, I was rejected, which was really difficult for me. Like I said, I almost quit because of that. At the time when I first applied, they only had 1 scholarship. But now, doing research for this video, it seems like now they have 2 scholarships available. So they've got their regular one for everybody. Now they've got an art one as well, which is great. So I'm going to talk about both of them. So with the regular scholarship, all applications are assessed and reviewed holistically and on an individual basis, because like I said, there is no specific criteria. So they say that their applications are not limited to just university courses. You can also apply if you need it for vocational and non-traditional courses. So it's open to every single course that is higher education, I believe, as long as you are in the UK. Next up, we have the art scholarship. So like I said, this one is quite new. I don't know how long it's been around for. It's probably been a year or less, because the last time I applied was, I believe, last year. So the art scholarship has some eligibility criteria. So with this one, you have to be between the ages of 16 to 25 to be able to apply. You have to be a UK resident. So this includes asylum seekers and refugees and those with an indefinite leave to remain in the UK. So they also offer a specific list of courses that you have to be doing or wanting to study in order to get the scholarship. So you can apply before you even start your course as well. I'm going to put the list on the screen. There's ceramics, drawing, painting, sculpture, photography, video, filmmaking and architecture. So that's the list that they've got. They have a preference for visual arts, but they will allow some other courses like art history. The course that you're doing must be within the UK and must be hosted by a UK establishment. So if your course requires you to go abroad, it can only be for a maximum of 4 weeks. If it's longer than that, then you're not eligible to apply. And they also say that the course must exist or it must be due to launch before the academic year that you want to apply for. So now that we talked about the 2 types of scholarships, you're probably wondering, how do you apply? Because I sound very interested and I fit the eligibility criteria. So tell me, how do I apply? Well, here's the process. It's quite simple. Everything is explained very well on the website. Before, they used to have different forms that you had to fill in, but now they've put all the forms on one document so you can fill it all in one go. It's separated into different sections: your personal information and demographics and stuff like that, your education history, of course, employment history, your financial needs, media consent, and the dreaded personal statement of about 1,200 words. Yeah, I know. And then the only other thing that's not on the form is the expenditure sheet. So they provide you with an expenditure sheet to write all the things that you would possibly need for the duration of your time studying. So that could be like travel, phone bills, groceries. Your tuition would also be in there. Any expenses, maybe if you're doing counseling, of course, you can put your therapy hours, supervision hours, and the money that you'd need for that as well. So basically include everything that you would need to live and get through the course. So on the form, there's also additional space to just add anything else that might support your application. So whether that's financial or any other things that you want to add to it, you can also add that. They do ask you to supply financial statements and supporting financial documentation to show that you are in need financially. And I don't know exactly what this is, they don't specify, but I'm assuming it's probably bank statements and things like that. Or if you're on benefits or something like that, then you could probably show them that letter. Anything like that, really. I think you could probably add that to the application, but once again, they don't specify what they mean by financial documents and financial statements. So maybe that's why I didn't get accepted. I don't know, but do with that information what you will. But you can also email them and ask them if you're not sure, and they can let you know. The only difference is that with the art scholarship, you're encouraged to add a portfolio. Keyword being encouraged, not a must, but it will probably help your application. So if you have a portfolio of things that you've done or you're working on, then you can add that to your application as well. So they do have a specific expectation that when you are sending your portfolio, that you send it to them through WeTransfer, and they have a list of specific formats that you can send the file in. So make sure you check that and read the specifics of the type of files that you can send and that you can't send. So what's the selection process like? In terms of how the process is done at the moment, since I have applied, they take applications twice a year. The dates are not exactly the same every single year, so it's best to check, but normally they'll do them around September and around like the start of the year. This year, for example, cohort 1, they accepted applications during March and August. They'll be told whether they've been accepted by September this month. And then the second cohort for this year is 19th of August to the end of October. And those people will get their response by the end of December. So if you want to apply, you still have a chance to apply until the end of October. Like I said, if you're not accepted, you can apply the following year, and they've made that very clear now. And I think that's because of me. Because I applied for cohort 1, and as soon as they rejected me, I applied for cohort 2. So now they're like, yeah, only once a year. You can't apply for cohort 1 and cohort 2. So yeah, sorry about that. So chances are now that the scholarship is much more known and has a lot more awareness and recognition, they're getting a lot more applications. So chances of them actually getting back to you and telling you that you have been accepted is very low. So if you don't hear back from them, then assume you've been rejected. But I would always email just to double check, because you never know. You never ever know. So I would always say, if the deadline has gone past and you haven't heard back, you can still email and just say, I was expecting to hear back, I haven't heard back, have I been accepted? And it's just better to know, because you never know really. So yeah, so you can apply via email or via post, and I'm gonna put the address and like the emails on the screen for you to see. But like I said, all the information is on their website. It's very clear, very simple. All I can say is good luck with the personal statement though, because that part I think is the most difficult part. Anyways, I wish you all the best of luck. Feel free now to click on the funding playlist and enjoy, and hopefully you'll find something in there that will help you financially throughout your counselling training. I wish you all the best of luck, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And until the next video, bye.